Professionalism. I want to share with you the essential elements of professionalism, how adhering to workplace decorum, maintaining ethical standards, and presenting yourself with respect can shape your success in any organization. This module on professionalism is designed to help you understand the key aspects that define a professional individual, including workplace expectations, ethical conduct, and physical appearance. By embodying these principles, you can enhance your reputation, build stronger relationships with colleagues, and achieve long-term success in your career. Workplace decorum and expectations. Workplace decorum involves adhering to the standards of behavior that are expected in a professional environment. This includes respecting the conventions of your organization, such as maintaining appropriate communication, respecting personal boundaries, and upholding a respectful and considerate attitude towards others. Decorum is about conducting yourself with integrity and professionalism in all interactions, whether with colleagues, clients, or supervisors. Understanding the importance of workplace decorum is crucial because it reflects your commitment to the organization and your role within it. By maintaining high standards of behavior, you contribute to a positive work environment where everyone feels respected and valued. However, failing to adhere to workplace decorum can lead to misunderstandings, conflicts, and a negative reputation, which can hinder your professional growth. Ethics and morality, company and self. Professionalism extends beyond following rules. It involves embodying ethical principles in your daily work. Ethics in the workplace are the standards of conduct that guide your behavior and decision-making processes. These standards are often outlined in a company's code of conduct, but they should also align with your personal moral values. Maintaining ethical behavior means making decisions that are not only legal, but also morally sound and respectful of others. The ability to align your ethics with your professional responsibilities is essential for building trust and credibility in the workplace. By consistently acting with integrity, you demonstrate reliability and create a positive impact on your organization and colleagues. Conversely, unethical behavior, even if not explicitly against company policy, can damage your reputation and lead to long-term negative consequences for your career. Keeping up physical appearances. Physical appearance plays a significant role in how you are perceived as a professional. This includes not only your choice of attire, but also your grooming habits and overall presentation. Dressing appropriately for the workplace, maintaining personal hygiene, and presenting yourself in a manner that reflects your role and the company's culture are all critical components of professionalism. Maintaining a professional appearance is important because it shows respect for your workplace and those around you. It also contributes to your confidence and the confidence others have in you. A well-groomed appearance can enhance your credibility and create a positive impression. On the other hand, neglecting your appearance can detract from your professionalism and may cause others to question your commitment and seriousness. Using professional language. The language you use in the workplace is a reflection of your professionalism. This includes not only the words you choose, but also your tone, clarity, and appropriateness of expression. Professional language is about communicating clearly and respectfully, avoiding jargon, slang, or overly casual language that may be misinterpreted or deemed unprofessional. Mastering the use of professional language is vital for effective communication and relationship building in the workplace. By using clear and appropriate language, you ensure that your message is understood and that you are taken seriously by colleagues and clients alike. In contrast, using unprofessional language can lead to misunderstandings, diminished respect, and potential conflicts. Professionalism in practice. Professionalism demands a commitment to continuous improvement, both in your core skills and in your behavior and attitudes. This includes being transparent in your work, maintaining honesty in your dealings, and striving for excellence without compromising your ethical standards. It also involves respecting the diversity of your workplace, treating everyone with fairness and without prejudice. Practicing professionalism is crucial for your long-term success and fulfillment in your career. By consistently demonstrating professional behavior, you build a strong foundation for career advancement and personal growth. On the other hand, a lack of professionalism can limit your opportunities, damage your reputation, and negatively impact your work environment. This module emphasizes the importance of professionalism in the workplace, providing insights into how maintaining decorum, ethical standards, a professional appearance, and appropriate language can enhance your success and reputation in any organization.
Professionalism is a concept that many talk about, but few truly embody. It's more than just wearing a suit or speaking in a polished manner. It's a mindset, an attitude, a way of being that influences how we show up at work every single day. In my experience, professionalism is what sets apart those who thrive from those who merely survive in a corporate environment. Could it be that professionalism isn't just about what we do, but also about how we make others feel? Is it possible that a few small shifts in our approach could make work more enjoyable, more fulfilling? I have seen that people often mistake professionalism for rigidity, but that's not the case at all. Professionalism is about balance, knowing when to be formal and when to be approachable, when to listen and when to speak, when to take the lead and when to step back. Workplace decorum is at the heart of this. It's the unspoken agreement that we respect each other's time, space, and energy. Could it be easier than we think to create a professional image just by being mindful of these little things? It starts with something as simple as being on time. Have you ever noticed how a late arrival or a missed deadline creates unnecessary stress for everyone? Being punctual isn't just about discipline, it's about respect. One of the most overlooked aspects of professionalism is how we speak and the words we choose. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone's tone completely changed the way their message was received? I've seen people with brilliant ideas lose credibility simply because they were too aggressive or dismissive. On the other hand, someone who speaks with clarity, warmth, and confidence naturally earns respect. Could it be that professionalism is more about communication than we realize? Active listening, truly hearing someone instead of just waiting for our turn to speak, is one of the most powerful tools for building trust and influence. There's also the matter of how we present ourselves physically. I've noticed that people tend to take someone more seriously when they look put together. It's not about expensive clothes or the latest fashion trends, but rather showing up as someone who takes pride in their appearance. Could it be that how we dress influences not only how others see us, but also how we see ourselves? A well-groomed, confident person tends to command attention without even trying. And let's be honest, nobody wants to work next to someone who smells like last night's dinner or an entire bottle of cologne. Another thing I've observed is that professionalism isn't just about how we act when things are easy. It's about how we handle challenges. Do we complain, shift blame, or shut down? Or do we take responsibility, stay composed, and focus on solutions? I have seen that those who remain calm and adaptable earn the trust of their teams far more than those who react emotionally. Could it be that professionalism is really just emotional intelligence in disguise? Boundaries are another crucial yet often ignored aspect. I've seen people blur the lines between personal and professional relationships, and it rarely ends well. Is it possible that maintaining a respectful distance actually makes workplace interactions smoother? Gossip, oversharing, and favoritism all chip away at professionalism. When we keep things neutral, we not only protect our own credibility, but also create a healthier work environment for everyone. At the end of the day, professionalism isn't about perfection. It's about intention. It's about deciding to show up as someone who brings value, by not just in skills, but in energy and attitude. It's about being someone others can rely on, someone who adds to the culture rather than takes away from it. So, what if professionalism wasn't something to strive for, but something to simply be every single day? Could it be easier than we think? Ethics and morality in the workplace. These are big words that people love to throw around, but what do they actually mean on a daily basis? I have seen that many assume these are just about following rules or avoiding trouble, but isn't it deeper than that? Could it be that ethics are not just about policies, but about the choices we make when no one is watching? And could it be that morality isn't just about right and wrong, but about the kind of person we want to be in any given moment? In my experience, ethics are often framed as rigid company guidelines. But I've noticed that every workplace has its own unspoken rules. Some companies talk about integrity while rewarding those who cut corners. Others claim to value fairness, but promote based on favoritism. Have you ever been in a situation where the right thing wasn't so clear? What if ethics aren't just about what's written in a handbook, but about our own internal compass? Could it be that the real test of ethics is whether we feel proud of our decisions at the end of the day? Morality, on the other hand, feels more personal. It's shaped by upbringing, beliefs, and life experiences. I have seen people struggle between their personal values and workplace expectations. What happens when a company pushes for sales at any cost, but you value honesty? What if leadership turns a blind eye to toxic behavior, but you believe in fairness? Could it be that professionalism isn't about fitting in, about standing firm in what we know is right? Maybe the strongest professionals aren't those who follow blindly, but those who know when to push back. One thing I've noticed is that small ethical compromises often lead to bigger ones. A little white lie to a client, an exaggerated report, a casual misuse of company resources, it all seems harmless in the moment. But could it be that these small choices shape our integrity over time? I have seen that people who allow small ethical slips often find themselves in much bigger dilemmas down the road. What if professionalism is simply about keeping ourselves from ever needing to justify those little wrongs? Boundaries play a huge role here as well. Have you ever felt pressured to do something that didn't sit right with you? Whether it was taking credit for someone else's work, withholding information, or bending the truth just to meet a deadline. I have seen that people often go along with unethical behavior just to avoid conflict. But could it be that true professionalism means having the courage to say no? What if standing up for ethics is what truly sets leaders apart? I've also realized that ethics and morality aren't just about avoiding bad behavior. They're about actively choosing the right one. It's not just about not lying. It's about being transparent. It's not just about avoiding favoritism. It's about ensuring fairness. Could it be that true professionalism isn't about staying out of trouble, but about making things better? The strongest professionals I've met don't just avoid mistakes. They set standards. At the end of the day, ethics and morality are not about a checklist. They are about the kind of professional and the kind of human we want to be. Is it possible that being ethical isn't actually difficult, but simply a matter of habit? And what if, instead of seeing ethics as a burden, we saw them as an opportunity to be someone others trust, an opportunity to build a workplace we actually enjoy being part of? Could it really be as simple as deciding every day to choose what feels right? Physical appearance and professional grooming, these might sound superficial at first, but could it be that how we present ourselves is about more than just looking good? I have seen that people who take the time to groom themselves properly often carry themselves differently. They stand taller, speak more confidently, and command more respect without even trying. Could it be that how we dress and present ourselves shapes not only how others see us, but also how we see ourselves? I've noticed that professionalism isn't about expensive suits or trendy hairstyles. It's about looking put together, intentional, and ready for the day. Have you ever worked with someone who looked like they just rolled out of bed? It's hard to take them seriously, isn't it? On the other hand, someone who looks sharp, well-groomed, and polished immediately gives the impression of someone who takes their work seriously. Could it be that the simplest way to boost credibility is to dress like we already have it? One thing that often gets overlooked is how much our appearance affects workplace interactions. Have you ever noticed that people naturally gravitate toward those who look approachable and well-kept? A neat outfit, fresh breath, and well-managed hair can make conversations and collaborations smoother. I have seen that when someone takes care of their grooming, they send a silent message. I respect myself, and I respect you. Could it be that professionalism is as much about these small details as it is about big actions? But there's another side to this. Overdoing it, wearing overpowering perfumes, dressing too casually, or showing off too much can send the wrong message. I've noticed that people who dress too casually for a professional setting often struggle to be taken seriously, and those who go overboard with heavy cologne or distracting fashion choices can make others uncomfortable. Could it be that the real secret to professional grooming is balance? Not too much, not too little, just enough to make a strong, polished impression. Hygiene is another major factor. I have seen that body odor, unkempt facial hair, or dirty nails can instantly overshadow someone's skills and intelligence. No matter how talented someone is, a lack of basic grooming can create an invisible barrier between them and their opportunities. Could it be that the simplest way to gain professional respect is to make sure we're clean, fresh, and presentable every single day? And then there's the matter of consistency. Looking polished one day and sloppy the next sends mixed signals. Have you ever worked with someone who looked polished in a meeting but careless on an ordinary work day? It creates confusion. I have found that true professionals maintain a consistent, polished look regardless of the occasion. Could it be that professionalism isn't just about first impressions, but about proving day after day that we take ourselves seriously? At the end of the day, professional grooming isn't about vanity. It's about respect. Respect for ourselves, for our work, and for the people we interact with. Is it possible that by simply putting a little effort into our appearance, we could open doors, gain trust, and command respect effortlessly? And what if the way we dress isn't just about how others see us, but about stepping into the version of ourselves that we aspire to be? Could it really be that simple? Professional communication. Could it be the most underrated skill in the workplace? I have seen that the way people express themselves can either open doors or shut them before they even realize it. Could it be that professionalism isn't just about what we say, but how we say it? Have you ever noticed how some people speak and instantly gain respect, while others struggle to be heard, even when they have great ideas? What if the key isn't intelligence alone, but the ability to communicate it effectively? One thing I've realized is that communication isn't just about talking, it's about listening. Have you ever been in a conversation where the other person was just waiting for their turn to speak? It's frustrating, isn't it? True professionals listen first and speak second. They don't just hear words, they pay attention to tone, intent, and the emotions behind what's being said. Could it be that the simplest way to become a better communicator is to stop thinking about what we'll say next and start actually listening? Then there's tone. I have seen that even the right words can come across completely wrong if the tone isn't right. A simple request can sound like a demand. A neutral statement can feel like criticism. Could it be that mastering communication is less about vocabulary and more about how we make others feel when we speak? If we soften our tone, choose words carefully, and remain aware of how we're coming across, could it make every interaction smoother? Another thing I've noticed is that people often confuse professionalism with being overly formal or robotic. Have you ever received an email so stiff and cold that it felt like a legal notice? Professional doesn't have to mean impersonal. A warm, well-structured email or conversation can still be clear and professional without sounding distant. Could it be that the most effective communicators are those who find the perfect balance, respectful yet human, clear yet kind? And then there's the danger of miscommunication. I have seen misunderstandings explode into conflicts simply because someone used vague language or assumed others knew what they meant. A well-written email, a properly framed question, or a clearly structured presentation can prevent so much unnecessary back and forth. Could it be that most workplace frustrations come not from real problems, but from unclear communication? What if simply being precise in what we say could eliminate half the stress of our workdays? Body language is another silent but powerful part of professional communication. Have you ever been in a meeting where someone's words said one thing, but their crossed arms, lack of eye contact, or sighs said another? I've noticed that truly professional communicators don't just focus on their words, they make sure their body language matches their intent. Could it be that a confident stance, a warm expression, or steady eye contact could make all the difference in how our words are received? At its core, Professional communication isn't just about exchanging information, it's about connection. It's about making others feel heard, respected, and understood. Is it possible that becoming a better communicator doesn't require big changes, just more awareness? And what if the secret to better workplace relationships, career growth, and leadership isn't about speaking more, but about speaking better? Could it really be that simple? Corporate behavior and professional growth? Could it be that these are not just about what we do at work, but how we show up every day? I have seen that people often wait for promotions or recognition before they start acting like leaders, but could it be the other way around? What if professionalism isn't a title or a reward, but a mindset? Could it be that the fastest way to grow in any career is to embody the traits of the person we want to become, not the position we currently hold? One thing I've noticed is that the best professionals don't just do their job, they take ownership. Have you ever worked with someone who only does the bare minimum? It's frustrating, isn't it? On the other hand, there are those who step up, take responsibility, and find solutions instead of excuses. Could it be that the key to standing out isn't working harder, but working smarter, anticipating problems, offering solutions, and making life easier for those around us? Then there's adaptability. I have seen that people who resist change often struggle the most in corporate environments. Could it be that the real secret to long-term success isn't just skill, but flexibility? Workplaces evolve, expectations shift, and new technologies emerge. Have you ever noticed that those who embrace change and stay curious always seem to stay ahead? Maybe professional growth isn't just about climbing the ladder, but learning how to move with the times. And what about collaboration? I have seen that individual talent alone rarely leads to success. It's not just about what we know, it's about how well we work with others. Could it be that professionalism is as much about cooperation as it is about competence? The best professionals don't just focus on their own progress, they uplift those around them, share knowledge, and foster a culture of teamwork. What if the fastest way to grow professionally is to help others grow, too? Reliability is another thing that separates professionals from the rest. Have you ever worked with someone who was unpredictable? One day they're dependable, the next they disappear. I have seen that trust is built not through grand gestures, but through consistency. Could it be that simply doing what we say we will, meeting deadlines, and being accountable is what really builds a strong professional reputation? Maybe professional growth isn't about waiting for opportunities. It's about proving day after day that we're ready for them. And then there's attitude. I have noticed that skills can be learned, but attitude is what truly sets people apart. Have you ever met someone who complains about everything? The company, the workload, the management? And then there are those who, no matter the challenge, find a way forward with optimism and resilience. Could it be that a positive, solution-focused mindset is one of the most underrated yet powerful tools for professional growth? What if the way we think about work affects our success more than we realize? At the end of the day, corporate behavior and professional growth aren't about luck, talent, or waiting for the right opportunity. They're about showing up every single day as the professional we aspire to be. Could it be that growth isn't something that happens to us, but something we create? And what if the secret to long-term success isn't a hidden formula, but the simple decision to be consistent, adaptable, reliable, and collaborative, no matter where we are today? Could it really be that simple?